I just wanted to do a quick video showing you how to use your embroidery machine to make quick curtains in the hoop. And these are all ones that I digitized with SewWhatPro, and as I was digitizing them I realized I was doing way too much work because everything is right on your machine, everything you need. So this is just going to be the square on your machine. You're going to have it do the die line, and then you're going to turn it over to look at the back and see where you need to turn everything, and then we're going to finger press all this stuff. You can press them after you watch the video and you've seen how it works. You can go in and pre-press everything, but I didn't, and I'm not going to because I'm so excited just to show this. Okay, so here is our, and it won't have the double stitch on it. I tried a smaller square and then realized I can make it bigger, so it won't have the double stitch on the version that we're going to do today, or the version that you use. And I did a couple different squares as the die line before I decided on my size, so that's why there's a couple in the back. But once you do it, it's just going to look like a pretty lining of a curtain. Okay, and the kind of stabilizer that I use is this soft cutaway, and it's made by Pellon. You can find it at Joann's, and I got it by the yard, and it's just really super soft stuff. Okay, so if you want to find it, it's called Pellon, and it's like the end of the bolt has like a kind of a color like this, like a sea green kind of color. Okay, so if you're picking like the pink ones, and I think the like darker blue of that, they're different stuff. They're like washaways and things like that. So anyways, that's what you're going to need. You're going to need this, and you're going to need your hoop and your embroidery machine. And I'm using a Brother SE425, but this can go for any embroidery machine. Okay, so I'm just going to set you down. Okay, so one of the cool things that I did with this one was I added a piece of lace at the bottom. And because I'm doing everything in a hurry because I'm so excited, you know, I've got pieces hanging out of the sides, and it's not perfect because I'm just trying to get the concept down, and that's just kind of what I want to share with you guys, is the concept of how to do this, not how to do this perfectly, because I'm not going to pretend like I'm ever going to do anything at such a professional level at this point in my skill set. So that goes through, and it gets a cute little curtain with the lace on the bottom. Okay, so all you do for that part is you tape down this, over where this line is supposed to go, and you can run this line as a die line and then do it again, because that will just, you know, double sew your curtains really nice, but also give you a place to put your lace. And then you just fold in the sides, tape it on there, and you're good to go. Okay, I've already done way too much talking. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and hoop my stabilizer. Hope you're able to see this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my stabilizer in. Let's see, can I use that piece? Perfect. Okay. Oops. Okay, and just set it right in. And because we're not hooping any fabric as well, this is still considered floating, what we're going to do. I think that word kind of confuses and scares a lot of people, but floating, ever since I learned about floating, I've honestly never hooped anything ever again after that point. Okay, so we're good to go. We're going to bring it over here to our machine. Okay, I'm going to say okay, because it was finished with that last one. I'm going to choose the shapes. I'm going to choose the square, and I'm going to choose just the running stitch. Okay, it's going to adjust layout. We're going to make it as big as we want. Okay, because it's not going to take up the whole hoop. It's going to give us it's going to give us the thing that we need to be able to put a loop at the top. Okay, oops. All right, so we're just going to max it out, and then we're going to put this onto the machine. Okay, if you're not very familiar with your machine and you're catching this video, I had a really hard time with my embroidery machine getting the tray on, or the thing on, the hoop on, but it's just a matter of kind of rocking it and locking it in. I used to really struggle with that, so that's the only reason I'm kind of sharing that with you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the presser foot down, and I'm going to let it sew me out a die line. And a die line is just basically telling you where to put your fabric. It also gives you a map on the back side, especially with this kind of stabilizer, because you can see right through it. Okay. Alright, so this is where things get a little bit tricky. So we're going to take this guy off. Let's see, can I get you back down there again? Okay. Okay. My not so little one just came out. And now I can't find my green fabric. Oh, there it is. Okay. I have tons of this green fabric. That's the only reason I'm using this color. I don't have plans for this color, although I might have to find something to do with all of these soon. Okay, so you're going to take it, make sure it fits over the whole entire thing. Okay, but what we're going to really do is we're going to take this, okay, and we're going to see that that's where our line is, right up there at the top, and we're going to fold it over there. Okay, so we can see how much of space that we need. We need about that much space. So we're going to pinch it together, and we're going to finger, what do you call that? Press, finger press it down. Just going to press it down with our hands. Okay, so that's kind of, okay, so we've got that much. We know we want that much. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring it in one more time, roll it over so that it has this loop. Do you see that? It's kind of hard to show sideways, but it's got to have a loop. And I think I'm going to mess you guys up more than anything. Okay, first we do the sides and then the top part. Okay, we want to finger press the sides. Okay. And you can, you know, kind of do this. Hold your finger there, and then the other side's going to be really wide because I didn't cut it down, or I can cut it down, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to show you just in case you run into the same thing. It's okay. It's no big deal. It's all going to go behind. Okay? So let's go ahead and finger press everything. If you want to like spray glue it or pre-iron it, it's totally encouraged. Okay? So we want it to do this. We want it to be on the bottom, like that. We're not going to do anything with the top just yet. We're going to take some Scotch tape, some regular clear Scotch tape, get a big strip, and we're going to take it and we're going to make sure that that is just on the edge. Okay, we don't want too much fabric left over the outside. Excuse me. If we have too much fabric on the bottom, it's not going to catch that. See that? That needs to be all the way up inside there. So we don't want too much fabric. So we've got our sides, and again, we're going to look in the back and make sure that it's a little too close to the side there. Let's bump it out a little bit, and let's flip it over, and we'll put a little bit of tape there, right up along the edge. Okay, doesn't have to be crazy. We'll do the same with the other side, although we know we have plenty of room on the other side. See, there's plenty of room on that side. So don't be afraid to turn your hoop over and check things out. Okay, so now we've got this top part, and we know that we only need it to be like that. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to fold it under again until okay, we're going to fold it under, and then we're going to look on the back and make sure, let's see, excuse me. Okay, see this part right here? That only needs to barely meet that green right there. And the reason why is because we want a little bit more room up here at the top where it's folded to put our thing through, okay? But that looks pretty perfect to me. I'm gonna flip it back over and I'm gonna tape the whole top. Tape it down nice and stable, okay? All right, so with that, we have our square going all around our square, okay? And we're gonna stick it up here, put it back on the machine. There's that stupid light again. Okay, so once it's on here, we're gonna put our presser foot back down, and because it was finished last time, we're gonna just click OK, and then we're going to run it again, but with everything on there, okay? And this is going to, what's the word? It's going to tack everything down, sandwich everything together. On my digitized version, I did this last square twice, and I'm probably going to do that again just to be safe. Actually, I'm not. Okay, so right here, you're totally done. You could just cut it out and stick your dowel through the top of it and hang it. It's all done. See, it's all sewn together, all done, and you have this nice liner in the back. So that's kind of cool. I did it with the tearaway stabilizer, and that made it really strong. So like if you want to make pleated curtains, use this tearaway stabilizer. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on here because I'm making this for myself and I just want to see how nice this will be. I'll fast forward it, and if you don't want to watch any more of the video, this is a good time to go ahead and close it off and move on with your life. But I am going to go out here. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to find a pretty curtainy looking one to go. That looks pretty. Oh, I don't want it to do two things. Okay. Yeah. Let's just do the scallops. Scallops are always pretty. So adjust, layout. Let's make them as big as we can make them. And maybe just a little bit inwards. Okay. And now let's put our presser foot down. Okay guys, here it is all finished. So I'm just going to take off the tape, set that stuff aside. Okay. And you know, I'm not perfect, but like I said, I just want to show you guys the concept of how to do it. You can let your imaginations go crazy with how to do the rest of it and how to make it more professional, and you know, use different fabrics, different stabilizer types, different calculations on the size of fabric, you know what I mean. Just put your own spin on it. Alright, so I'm going to take it out. I'm going to use my adorable little embroidery scissors, and I'm just going to cut around here. And you want to cut as close as you can to this top part, because you don't really want the backing flailing around. Okay. 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 So let's get a little piece of tape there. Let's get that out of there. Okay. Oh my gosh, every time I say okay, there's a new piece of tape. from old versions that have got onto my hands and they're just everywhere. Okay, enough. Okay, so we take it, now this got all of our fancy edges. We take our dowel, or our toothpick in my case, because I don't know what I did with my little dowel. And you push it through, making sure it actually goes through the whole part on the back. And then, dun da da dum, you have your pretty curtains. All using the machine designs, without having to digitize anything or buy any designs. So there's a very simple version of curtains for your dollhouse. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.